Hello. Wait. In the skies above Peach's castle. Hello, it's me, the Yankchester. I'm gonna play some Mario Odyssey because, which is kind of weird because this is one of the first videos I'm recording for the channel, and it's Mario. Not like I hate Mario. I sometimes I get kind of like hyper focused on this dude's games, but like it's kind of very rare. Normally when I really want to play some games, it's either Sonic or Zelda. Like Zelda and Sonic are the goats, and Minecraft too. Minecraft, Sonic, and Zelda are the ones that I fall back into. I kind of like fell into a Sonic craze for since yesterday or the day before. Don't remember why. I think I just played a little bit of Unleashed Recompiled, and the algorithm of YouTube kind of like recommended a lot of Sonic videos for me. But I feel like playing Mario Odyssey today, so like might as well record it. But like the timing is kind of weird because it's like one of the first videos I'm recording, and it's not Sonic nor Zelda, no, because I just played Paper Mario as well. I don't remember if I played Skyward Sword, but like I think the 3 videos I recorded were like Skyward Sword, Paper Mario, and I don't remember. Well, like it's 2 Marios at the moment, no Sonic, which is kind of weird because like knowing myself, it's kind of weird. Who are you? I'm a Mario. Mario's so wholesome. I love the dude. I like how his wait. So sorry for running away like that. You startled me, and I do startle easily. I saw what happened earlier. You've been through quite the ringer. You landed on the Cap Kingdom. We've been under attack by the same Bowser monster that gave you such a trouncing. And to make matters worse, the fiend has kidnapped my little sister. I don't think the city was burning. It was. I never noticed that the burning hell where this cutscene takes place was probably Cap Kingdom after Bowser burped some fire onto it. I'd hoped to give chase to that Bowser monster in a ship of my own. Unfortunately, all of our airships were wrecked in the attack. Although, now that I think on it, I'm fairly certain that there is a functioning ship in the next kingdom over. I could get us there if only I could reach the top of Top Hat Tower, which is being guarded by the Bowser monster's henchmen. You know, it seems we're after the same thing. Perhaps we should team up. Let's see if we can help those Tiara Peach too. Yeah, I think reading like that will be kind of funny. So I'll do it until it gets annoying. If it gets annoying, I'm like, not your style. How about this? I forgot he had like a little hair tuft on him. Gappy's so cute. Gappy is now your companion. Okay, so a little history time. When I got the Switch, basically Brazilian. I'm Brazilian, so like it's Nintendo, and like it's like very recently that Nintendo started like actually paying attention to the 5th biggest country and actually trying to localize their things to here. And like, and actually that's because my channel, that's the reason that my channel is like on English, because I mostly play Nintendo games, and I tried a lot of times to kind of like make a channel out of the games I played, but like every time I had to translate it all, like all by myself, and it kind of became too tiring for something that I wanted to do for fun. So this time I am trying to do it in English, because that's also a language that I know how to speak. But like, Nintendo doesn't localize their things to here, which kind of like ruined their reputation here. It's kind of like the opposite. If you say you like Sonic, they're like, yeah, that's cool. Say you like Mario, everyone's like, you're cringe, you know? Which is kind of odd, because in the rest of the world it's kind of like the opposite. But like, yeah, Brazilians love Sonic and hate Mario, basically. But like, there was no localization, and my only hope for actually attaining a Switch, which was like one of my biggest prayers, the things that I was like most asking God to give me, was a Switch. And like, by happen chance, I know big words, by like a divine prank, like kind of like in Zelda Twilight Princess, where they say like, when Ganondorf got Triforce of Power by a divine prank, he got the Triforce of Power. Okay, but like by a very small chance of this happening, it happened. I was given, my family was given a gift, what's the name? A gift travel? Was given like tickets to Disneyland, and like the airport, not the airport, the plane to there was paid for. Everything was paid for by my aunt, my aunt Sylvia, and like, it was like very cool that we got to go to Disneyland. And like, this was like, my parents also went to Disneyland earlier. Another like crazy thing that like, there's a lot of things in my life that are kind of like very rare in my life, like things that like are kind of like miracles that happen in my life specifically. One of them was my family going to Disneyland twice, but like the first time was only my parents. My parents went to Disneyland first, and they really wanted us to go to Disneyland as well, me and my brothers. So my aunt, I don't know what happened. I think she retired, and because of that she got a lot of money, and then she decided to pay us travel to pay us a ticket for Disneyland and Universal Studios as well. A lot of cool things, you know. But like, the biggest thing for me, the biggest thing wasn't Disneyland. At the time, our family was fans of Disney. Then they decided to do some weird stuff. But like, we still liked Disney at the time. There wasn't any reason for us not to. It was like 2018. So like, it's kind of like something that we really wanted to experience, and it was very cool that we experienced. But the biggest thing is that my other aunt, Moema, she gave us $1,000 or something. Yeah, also like a very rich thing that she was able to get a lot of money. I think she always been kind of rich. I'm not sure though. But like she gave my family $1,000, which is insane for us to buy stuff there, and not only go to Disneyland, but like also buy things with the dollars. Or the things that like don't exist in Brazil. So I bought. So like my family gave me, I think $200 or $100. My parents actually. My parents gave me $200 for me to spend on anything. I think I spent on like some toys. Or one toy, I don't remember. There's a toy I bought, I'm pretty sure. And I also bought a drawing tablet because I wanted to get serious in drawing at that time. Now I do the thumbnails myself. If this video has like drawn thumbnails, because like normally I kind of like have I want this channel to be more like a thing for me to rest on, like for me just to have fun and literally no work stuff here, because I have a lot of work stuff in my life, and I just want this channel to be only for fun at the moment. So yeah, I bought a drawing tablet, and the biggest thing, the Nintendo Switch. I think it was like I don't remember quite well, but I think it was like a thing where like it wasn't part of the $200 deal with my parents. It was something that they were gonna pay. Also a PS4 for my brother. So like I got the Nintendo Switch at 2018, very early. For a Brazilian, it's like to get a Nintendo Switch at 2018 was like insane. And Mario Odyssey and Zelda Breath of the Wild. As I said before, Zelda is the GOAT. I've always really liked Zelda and felt inspired by the story ideas that Zelda had. Kind of like basing my OCs and like own story on Zelda since the beginning. So I was really excited to play Breath of the Wild. But the thing is, I almost didn't play Breath of the Wild because when I went, like I was on the Great Plateau and I didn't know how to cook. So like I was stuck on the snowy area, on the snowy shrine on the Great Plateau, and I kind of like, until I finish this part, I will play a little of Mario Odyssey, but then it took me a long while to figure out how to cook. So like to make spicy things for me to survive the cold. So like I basically, all of this story is to say that my first actual game on the Switch was Mario Odyssey. So like I played this game to death there. I almost kind of like did not play do a lot of things in the park because my biggest thing was like I want to play some Nintendo Switch, you know, because it's insane that I have a Nintendo Switch so early after it launched. So like I have to play it, you know. And then I played a lot of Mario Odyssey, like a lot of Mario Odyssey. I remember that I got to the Moon Kingdom. Reminder, I was very young, so I wasn't very good at video games. But so like I when I say I got to the Moon Kingdom before I got back to Brazil, it's like not because I am a god gamer, because it's kind of like easy now to go to the Moon Kingdom that fast. But it was the sheer amount of time I spent in this game. That is why I was at the Moon Kingdom. But like I have a very strong memory, a very strong memory of me going on the plane, of me like on the plane playing at the Moon Kingdom, being amazed by its moon gravity mechanics while I was on the plane, and I finished the game on the plane. I really like playing flights. Like, it's something that I really enjoy. So like being on a plane for that long and having Mario Odyssey to keep me company was like such a wonderful experience. That 2018 was such a wonderful year. Then 2019 came, the worst year of my life, but I won't get into that because probably my family will be like, no, Yank Jester, you can't tell random people on the internet about that stuff. So like, yeah, I won't explain what happened in 2019. It was kind of like a hear me explaining right after I say I won't explain. I won't explain what happened in 2019. It was just that and kind of funny. But like, yeah, but like 2018 was there had a lot of experiences that like I'll never forget. But like Super Mario Odyssey was like my first Switch game. I also have like a very strong memory of me when I got a 3DS. Another like crazy experience for a Brazilian. Like another thing that like my family didn't have the money for but somehow managed to give me. But like I got the 3DS and I got with it 2 games, one Zelda and one Mario. So but like basically the same as my story on the Switch, but like earlier. So like my Switch story was the same as the 3DS one. But like, yeah, I had like Super Mario 3D Land and Zelda Ocarina of Time. I wanted Majora's Mask as well, but like, yeah, I really wanted Mario 3D Land as well. But like, yeah, so like when I got Mario 3D, it's so cool that like I can like play video games, talk about stuff, and people watch it. Not like I am expecting a lot of people to watch this video particularly, because I just made the channel. But like, it's interesting that in this part of the culture of humanity, it's like normal for us to kind of like watch other people talk about their experiences in life while just playing video games. Because this video is the type of video that I would watch, you know. And like that's very cool that I have the power to just talk to random people about my experiences, and that's somehow entertaining. But like, yeah, returning to 3DS, I got like the 3DS and Mario 3D Land and Ocarina of Time. Sadly, I sold the 3DS to buy a game on the Switch because there wasn't money for it, and I think my dad was like very against the idea, but like I insisted so much that he was like, yeah, okay, it's your decision. You are going to regret it later, not me. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna regret it later. I forgot what the game that I bought with the money was. And I'll never forget having the 3DS. It was so cool. And like, yeah, I'm kind of bitter about it. But like, yeah. I got 3DS with like Mario 3D Land and Zelda Ocarina of Time. And like a very similar story happened. I feel very attached to the Zelda series, but I remember that I mostly played Zelda, not Zelda, Mario 3D Land. But like, it's a weirder story because I always played Ocarina of Time on PC, like Project 64, you know, like the emulator. Always not gonna skip the movie. Ah, I hate that. The drink is coming back. The the grape Fanta. The homemade grape Fanta, which basically translates. I'll not skip the movie. Stop me. I'll with most which basically translates to like I'm gonna. I just noticed the recording is like. Yeah, I uh mm, like I noticed I was having so much fun, like talking about like personal stuff and like my experiences and like a lot of things like I how good I am at Zelda games and how when I was a kid I did a lot of Ocarina of Time with relative ease. Like a kid like 6 years old, like this level, this level of I was a little kid, you know, because I really was a little kid when I was playing Ocarina of Time. But like I had a lot of fun, like just yapping about like things I like, stuff like that, and and like I said a lot of times like, yo, it's so nice to actually just talk about things and don't need and not need to have other people to hear me because there are online people that can hear me. So I don't need people on my immediate distance to be able to talk to. But when I noticed that like the video wasn't as good as like the image on TV, I changed my OBS scene to my Switch one to see if it was better. It wasn't, and I just continue yapping, talking about smart TVs and like AI upscaling, AI things, and how because I'm an artist, I have to have an eye for AI so I can survive. You know, like I have to like know if something is AI or actually something that was made. But like I didn't set up my Switch scene on OBS to actually have my mic. So I just said stuff and yeah, the recording didn't record. I fixed it. I went to the Switch scene, added the sound scene onto it on OBS, so like next time I enter the Switch scene, it won't do this thing, this mic-less stuff. But like yeah, that's annoying. Since I was having so much fun just talking about stuff, it's like very sad. But like yeah, I and something that's quite funny, it's that like I saw my recording to see when the audio was off when I switched to the Switch scene, and like the funny thing is that like I went to the recording, like to watch it and see when I changed to the Switch scene. It was like I know you guys just saw it, but like it was funny when I saw that like on the way to Sand Kingdom, my mic stopped working, so like it was kind of like perfect. It wouldn't be perfect if I was talking until I got to the Sand Kingdom, not until I got to like Lake Kingdom. What's the next kingdom? I forgot. But like, yeah, was it would be funny if like the Sand Kingdom specifically and perfectly was the place that I had no sound, and like I entered but like this is a hypothetical. I don't know why I'm still rambling on about this, but like yeah, which is kind of funny because I was on the the way to the Sand Kingdom, and I was like, oh guys, I just noticed something. Basically, and then then the audio cuts. This was me saying like, yeah, I just noticed that like my FPS on the recording is way worse on than on TV. And let me see if I can like remedy a little bit of this, because I really think it is possible for me to actually. No, no, it's maybe it's the USB I've went for. But like yeah, it's interesting how I went like, dude, I just noticed something wrong with my recording, and then my mic stopped working right there. No, I didn't notice the future. I just noticed that the frame rate was bad. Yeah, I think. Let me take this off here and put it on another better USB thing real quick. It's like very close um to my uh to my Bluetooth USB thing. So like because I don't have Bluetooth on PC, I just have like a USB adapter for Bluetooth. But like yeah, I think I'll just do this. Yes, yes, you won't know what I'm talking about. But you guys trust me. I'm a YouTuber. I always speak the truth. I am the way. I am the truth. Sorry. But like, yeah. Let me just make it be a little more tidy, so I won't need to have like a whole thing. Let's see if the recording's better. First, I think I have like to do this. No. Ah. Okay. Save. Let's see if no. The FPS is still very bad. Still not good. Why is that? No. Hmm. Buffering? What is buffering? I think buffering is like the thing. What? It's worse. Oh my god. Um, Rotation of camera. What? That is what made it work? No, it didn't work. Um, deco decoding the hardware when no. Uh, I don't know. Maybe it's something here on OBS. And uh hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no. No, it isn't. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, going back to what I was talking about. But like it's kind of like sad that like the recording has like way worse frames. Way worse frames? That's not how you say it. That's kind of cringy and gesture. But like yeah, the frame rate is way worse on the unlike the recording, which is annoying. But like, yeah, going back, basically, what I was talking about when like my voice stopped saying stuff, was like my mic stopped working, not my voice stopped saying stuff. What are you yapping about? Yeah, yes, sir. Well, like, yeah, is that like I was talking about like a lot of things, like how being gifted with a very smart brain, like having like a very smart brain, it's not like something that makes sense to be a brag, because like every time I have to say about like how smart I am about like on this case, because of like to say about like how good I am at Zelda since I was young, because I was like 6 years old, and I went to the first temple, which is like kind of like a big achievement for someone that young. But like, yeah, I was talking about like how like I can't talk about being smart and like kind of like a genius without having to have a whole dialogue about like how being smart doesn't make sense to be a brag, because like I didn't do anything to like be smart. It's like bragging about like the race you were born in or the gender. It's like it doesn't make sense because I didn't do anything. I was just born this way, so why is this a brag? Why is like I am a dude not a brag, but why am I am very smart a brag? I mean that there's kind of like a logic, because like, yeah, smart people have an easier time doing certain stuff, and this can by some way be considered like being better. But like I can't like just say that like I am grateful to be very smart and be born with like very gifted brain, because people will think I'm bragging when I really am not. It's not like something I've done. I was just born this way. And like, again, I say that and I think like I have a whole dialogue in my head, like someone saying, yeah, so you were born better, huh? And I'm like, no. No, it's not better. How am I better with something I was born with? So like that was kind of like the dialogue I was going on about, how like being smart and a genius isn't something to brag about, because I was born this way, so I didn't do anything to earn it. At least like the concept of being a genius. But like, yeah, there's a lot of topics and like things that like I can only talk about when I give like the context of me being kind of like a genius. But like people get like offended when I say that, and I get it, because there are people that like say I'm better because I'm a genius, but like those people are dumb. Those people are weird, because you can't be better for something you were born with. I was born with a lot of weird disabilities and weird stuff, and this doesn't make me worse than other people. There's so many factors and properties in like someone's birth that change how they live, that like there's no way I could say I'm better for being smart, because I could say I'm worse because I have autism by the same logic. I could use the same logic to say I'm worse because I had like phobias when I had like something that like stopped me from working as well as other people, so that makes me worse, but I'm smart, so I'm better. You know what I mean? Like it's weird that people think this is a brag. It's like weird. there's so many factors in someone's birth, and when I say I am smart and kind of like a genius, people like say yeah uh-huh yeah, and like no, it's not a brag. Yeah, it's not a brag. Sure, yeah, I believe you, genius boy. I'm like I no, never been called genius boy. I'm just using a very hypothetical example because I it's been such a long time that this happens, because normally I just like cut the people off, which is kind of like weird in itself, but I cut them off just to do the whole dialogue of no, I'm not better than you because I'm smart, because I'm also a lot of things that, like, you know, this whole dialogue, which is very annoying that I have to do it like every single time. I have to explain that I'm a genius to get on a certain topic. But like, yeah, it's annoying that I have to say all of this, because it's not, it doesn't make sense for it to be a brag, in my opinion, at least. But I'm a genius. I'm kind of like a genius guy that knows everything. Another thing, being a genius doesn't mean you know more. It doesn't. It just means that, like, you can learn things faster. So like, I could say I'm a genius, but I could also be like very lazy and not want to learn anything and do anything with like the gift that I was granted by birth. I could like just spit on the face of that and not learn anything, and I'd still be a genius. So I don't get why people have this narrative of when someone says they are very smart, they are saying that they're better. Like, I could like be very, look at my genius, I just died, so maybe I'm dumb. But like, yeah, it's very weird, this like thing where I can't say I'm smart and like a genius without people rolling their eyes when it isn't a brag at all. But like, yeah, no, Goomba, my favorite boy. Like, yeah, so go back here. But like, this is to say, one of the best compliments I've ever got in my life was a very recent one when I was playing Zelda on a call, and like a dude said to me like, dude, like, you play Zelda like you always know what you're doing at all times. Have you played this game before? You said that you didn't play this game before. It was Twilight Princess, and yeah, I didn't play Twilight Princess before that. At least I wasn't at the Temple of Time at the moment. Oh my god, spoilers! So like, yeah, it's one of the best things someone has ever said to me, that I play Zelda games like I always know what I'm doing at all times. This was very nice to hear. But like, yeah, I got until like the Forest Temple when I was younger. Yeah, another thing that I was talking when my mic wasn't working. I was a very scared kid. I had a lot of phobias, and like my fight or flight was very strong with like things that didn't exist or work or happen or stuff like that. So like, yeah, I was a very scared kid. And the reason I got stuck on the Forest Temple wasn't because it was scary. Most people tell stories about like how they got scared with the Forest Temple when they were younger. And I don't get it, because it's such a vibe of a place. I always thought the Forest Temple was so nice just to be in. So like, this is kind of weird. But like, yeah, I was like 6 years old and got to the Forest Temple, and it was just because like the small keys, just the addition of small keys was enough to make my brain be like, what is happening? What do I have to do? I'm so confused right now, and I couldn't finish the first temple. Yeah, while I speak, I kind of like remember how like I don't remember what I was talking about that much, because the reason that I went on this tangent about like how I got to the first temple was that like, oh, I think it didn't record the switch thing where I talked about how it was to get the switch, or maybe it did. I won't say it again. Yeah, sorry. I won't say it again just because of the chance that maybe I already talked about it. But like, yeah, but like my story with the 3DS was kind of like very similar, because yeah, it's Y too, go faster. Because I kind of like, I got a Zelda game and a Mario game, in this case Ocarina of Time and like and Mario 3D Land. And like the interesting thing about it is that like I mostly played like 3D Land at the beginning of my 3DS journey, because like and that's interesting because I've played Ocarina of Time for a while before. I was like a very experienced gamer on Ocarina of Time, because like I played a lot of it on the N64 emulator. So like it's interesting that like I had such a hard time with like playing the 3DS version. Maybe it was because I played Ocarina of Time to death and I wanted to actually play something new for a change. But like that is to say that like me and Zelda go way back. I am a very Zelda boy. I really am very inspired by Zelda with a lot of story thing and my own creative endeavors. And like twice I got a Nintendo console, and I didn't play the Zelda as much as I did play the Mario. And maybe it's because like Mario's more accessible, so like it's easier to just pick up and play. Zelda is a little harder, but like still, it's kind of like not enough for a reason for me. Actually, let me see something. Oh boy, oof. Yeah, I was scared that like it wasn't recording the Nintendo, because I am not hearing any Nintendo stuff. I am not hearing the Nintendo Switch. And I just noticed that I wasn't able to hear the Nintendo Switch. But like it's recording, at least that. But like yeah. But like Mario is, I have such an easier time playing Zelda. Mario is like way more like, it's not like something I have as much of a passion in. I'm mostly a Zelda and Sonic and Minecraft guy. Zelda, Sonic, and Minecraft are the gaming trifecta for me. So like yeah, it's interesting that like I basically had the same experience twice of having my first Zelda and Mario game and mostly playing Mario. But like it makes sense because Mario's more accessible. And like I was younger and like I was stuck on the Great Plateau because of like the snow thing. I won't explain it again because maybe the mic picked up that part. So I won't like go on this tangent again. Like yeah, I was stuck on the Great Plateau for a long time and Mario Odyssey was the one that kept me company. Yeah, because I was talking about it on like the Cascade Kingdom. I talked about like the having played like Moon Kingdom on the plane and how nice of an experience it was. I was a T-Rex at the moment, so that was cool. So yeah, the mic picked up that. At least the moment that the mic stopped picking up was a very easy to remember. I was on the way to the Sand Kingdom, so it's not like hard to try to figure out what my mic picked up and what it didn't. Well, like, yeah, I think I think I can still go on recording, but I will say that this video specifically is over. But like, it was so nice. It's so nice to like just when you guys if you guys like just if you guys are gamers and like play video games as a hobby, I think a very good thing to do is like record you playing the game so you can like talk about stuff while you're playing. But because like I gave myself the freedom to like not make this be like anything more than just entertainment, a reason for me to yap and play video games. Because normally when I play video games I'm very silent, like most people when they play video games. But like I have like a very good reason now to just yap, because like I won't be talking alone. There might be people watching this video, so that's enough of a reason for my brain to be like, yeah, you can yap. It's nice. What I meant to say is like, if you guys play video games at all, just record you playing video games with literally no responsibility, like not giving yourself the responsibility to make like good content. Just like have fun and talk to like the recording about like stuff that you want to talk about and feel like remembering and like all this type of stuff, because it's fun. I'm having so much fun and I don't want people to not be able to have this fun, because I want to like preach about this. When you play video games, if you don't get like tired of it, if like it's something that like just clicks, let it click. Just play video games and talk to like a video recording software and post it. So like it's because it's fun. It's just fun to talk about random stuff while playing video games. So like, yeah, I really recommend doing this. Like just playing video games and like talking. It's really fun. And but like with that, I'll be going. It was really nice seeing you guys. Metaphorically, because I'm not looking at you. I don't know why I'm saying that, but like it's been really fun. Thank you for watching. If you've watched this far, I really like sharing my stories and stuff like that. And I hope this continues. I hope this catches on as something that I can do with people watching. Even if it's like 10 people or like 2 people. I won't say 1, because if it's just 1 people, it's not like that nice, because like I could just talk to a person I know. But like if it's more than 1 people, so like even 2, yeah, this was a success. I am able to like just talk about things while playing video games and people care about it. And this would be a big success for me. It's like, yeah, if you watch the video till the end, like comment that you did, just so I know. There's a lot of YouTubers that say that. I never comment. I've always like, yeah, okay. But like, yeah, I kind of like get it now why this is important, because like it's rare to find it's weird to think that someone would be not that weird, because I do it. I like to hear people yap while playing video games. But like it's nice to know that there are other people that want to hear you specifically say stuff while playing video games. It's like my 2 takeaways: play video games and record yourself playing video games, just so you can talk while playing video games, because it's nice. You can have a conversation with someone without having to have someone there. And so if you're lonely, do that. It's really helpful. And the other takeaway is, if you got to here, to this part of the video, comment, tell, like, just say that you did. Don't need to be like some quirky thing. Oh, say peanut butter, and I'll know because that's our secret code. No, it's just like say like, yeah, I watched to the end, and yeah, I'm listening to your yap. I like this. Just something like that, like just to say, tell me that like you did. That would be very nice. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you guys on the next video. I don't feel like playing Mario Odyssey anymore at the moment, so probably the next video I'll record will be something else. But like, it's such a vibe. Thank you guys so much. Like, really, thank you. I'm gonna go. So like, it was good to see you guys. Adios, sayonara, see you later. I just noticed I did the whole video of me playing Mario Odyssey without mentioning Epic the musical a single time. It's such an obvious joke that I would do, like saying, "Oh, Mario Odyssey and Mario Iliad," that musical thing, like referencing it in any shape or form. I just talked about myself, which was nice, but like, it's, yeah, I didn't mention Epic the musical even once, which is kind of like disappointing.